All right. Good morning, people. It's your boy, Mr. Noland. All right, guys. Today we are going to be talking about order of operations. For short, it's known as Pemdas, which means the P stands for your parentheses. The E is your exponents. The M is for multiply. The D is for divide. Notice here it says multiply or divide from left to right in the problem. So I'm going to write a little something in here. So when you get to the multiply or divide, it's whichever comes first from left to right in the problem. So if you see the divide first, you have to divide before you multiply. If you see the multiply first, you would multiply before you divide. You'll see some examples here in a few minutes, guys. Then the A is for add, the S is for subtract. Same thing here. It's whichever comes first. From left to right in the problem. Alright, let's flip to the back. Now we have a nice big flow chart here. Now, I'm not going to go through the flow chart personally because I think a lot of the students are going to get confused by it. So I think once we see a few example problems, you'd be like, wow, this is easy, Mr. Noland. I'd be like, I know. Alright, so let's get started. If you look at the first one, start with the P. Are there any parentheses? No, there's not, Mr. Noland. Uh-oh, I'm losing the screen here. Give it a second. I'm trying to see if y'all are able to see here. Let me zoom in. There we go. Now it's not so bright. Alright, so let's start over. Look in the first one. Is there any parentheses? No, there's not, Mr. Noland. Alright, so the P's out. And I'm actually going to write this so we remember. Pemdas. No parentheses. The next one is exponents. Do you see any exponents? Yes, right there. What is 5 squared? Please don't tell me it's 10. 5 squared means you have 2 5s. So that's 5 times 5, which is 25. Notice all I did is I took the 5 squared and I made it into 25. Now it's multiply or divide, whichever one comes first. We'll look at the top. You can multiply first. What is 4 times 25? That's 100. Yes, it is. Good job, Johnny. All right, and put that over the 2. So again, the only math I did here was I did the multiply. I kept everything else the same. Well, looks like the last step for this problem is to just divide. What's 100 divided by 2? 50. All right. That's a very good job there, Brenda. That is correct. The answer is 50. Woo! First one's done. Let's look at number 2. Do you have any parentheses? Well, I do right here, Mr. Noland. That means we're going to have to do all the work inside the parentheses first. So the 2 on the outside I can't touch. What is 8 squared? What is 8 times 8? 64. That's very good. Good job. 64. Bring down the minus 2. And then close the parentheses and put the plus 1. We haven't touched that yet. Do you still have parentheses? Well, yeah, I still have parentheses. I got to get rid of them. So do the math now inside the parentheses. What's 64 minus 2? Well, that's 62. Now we're going to say, Mr. Nolan, you still got parentheses. I do still have parentheses, but I've already done all the math work. Now look at this number on the outside. You see how this number right here is attached to the parentheses? Like right here? It means I'm going to have to multiply. So what is 2 times 62? That's 124. Oh, very good, sir. It is 124. And now add 1 to it. That's 125. 125 is the correct answer. And we are done. Nice and easy. Alright, let's see if we can do a few more examples here. I know it says practice problems. I want to do about 3 of these with you. I'll leave you all to do some on your own. Okay, let's look at the first one. Do you have parentheses? Yes. Well, you got to do all the work inside the parentheses first. So I'm not touching the 24. I'm not touching the divide sign. 2 to the power of 3. That's 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Well, why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Woo! And now bring down the plus 4. Do you still have parentheses? Well, yes, you do. Well, we still got some work to do inside, don't we? Do the work inside the parentheses. What is 8 plus 4? That's 12. Well, that's correct. Well, the last step, look at this. What's 24 divided by 12? It's 2. Well, that's correct. Done. All right, I'm gonna make this nice and easy. I'm gonna do an easy problem. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave you all with some challenging ones. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make you work a little extra harder today. Again, Pemdas, start with your parentheses. Do you have parentheses? Yes. Do the work inside the parentheses first. So what's 5 plus 4? Well, that's 9. Bring down the squared and bring down the divide by 3. After the P is the E for exponents. Do you have any exponents? Right there. Well, what's 9 times 9? 81. 81 is correct. And let's divide that by 3. Does anyone know what 81 divided by 3 is? Let's see. That's going to be 22, would be 66, 69. 72, 75, 78, 81, and I just lost track. So let's see, it's alright, I'm just going to do top and bottom out. I was trying to do it in my head and my brain's not working too well this morning. See guys, a lot of y'all try to do work in your head and you have brain farts like I did. Show your work. You're going to say, Mr. Nolan, why are you doing it in your head? You tell us we can't. You tell us if we don't show our work, it's like you can't pull our brains out of our head because we'll be brain dead. You want us to show our work. Well, look at that. I'm showing my work now, too. 3 can go into 8 2 times. And 3 can go into 21 7 times. Oh, the answer is 27. Done. All right, I'll do one challenging one and one not so challenging. This one right here. Do we have any parentheses? No. Let's move on to exponents. Do you have any exponents? Right there. What's 3 times 3? What's 9? What's 9 times 3? 27. So, bring down the 52. Bring down the minus sign. Y'all just told me 3 to the power of 3 was 27. And then divide by 9. The next one is multiply or divide, whichever comes first from left to right. Do y'all see any multiply here? No. So you have to divide now. What's 27 divided by 9? That's 3. Yes, it is 3. What's 52 minus 3? 49. All right, one more, and then I'm going to let you loose to try the rest. Let's see. Do you have any parentheses? No. Move on to exponents. Do you see any exponents? No. Now you have to either multiply or divide, whichever comes first from left to right. So do you see a multiply or divide first? Stop when you get there. Oh, Look at that. The divide comes first. So you're going to have to divide. What is 9 divided by 3? Well, that's 3, Mr. Noland. Yes, it is. So bring down the 8. Bring down the minus. Bring down the plus. And you just told me 9 divided by 3 was 3. And bring down the times 2. So we just divided. Now, do we have any multiply? Well, multiply is right there. So bring down the 8. Bring down the minus. Bring down the 3. Bring down the plus sign, because I haven't touched any of this yet. And now what's 3 times 2? Well, that's 6. Now the last one is add or subtract, whichever comes first. So what came first here from left to right? The subtracting or the adding? Which one came first? Well, subtraction. So 8 minus 3 is 5. And 5 plus 6 is 11. Alright. I'm going to stay on really fast without talking. I'm going to put the answers here. You have to show us correctly. So you have to show Miss Alvarez, Miss Likes, and myself. If you got them correct, you got to show us the correct work, okay? So I'm going to shut up for about the next minute and a half and give you the answers here. If you don't get these answers, you did something wrong. You got to go back and redo it. And guys, you are not allowed to use a calculator. I'm actually not using a calculator. I'm doing these in my head. Yes, I can actually do some of these in my head. They're not that bad. Alright, I'm going to zoom out. Alright, Miss Likes, Miss Alvarez. Guys, these are the final answers. So now make sure your students show the correct work. Miss Likes and Miss Alvarez, I will actually make a copy of how to do the correct order for you guys as well. So you can double check your kids' work. Alright, guys. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.